In Chapter 7-3, we're going to be finding area with fractions. Our story problem is Francisco and his aunt are making a quilt. The finished product will be 6 feet by 7.5 feet. What will the area of the quilt be? So first I'm going to highlight the important numbers. I have 6 feet and 7.5 feet, and we are finding the area. And let's remember that the formula for area is length times width. So I'm going to write that up here so we can remember. The length of Mr. Garcia's quilt is going to be 6 feet, and the width is 7.5 feet. So our job is to multiply those two and find the entire area of his whole quilt. You can use either strategy that we learned the past 2 days to help you solve this problem. I'm going to use both to help remind you how to do both of them. So here we're going to work on the area model. The top I'm going to label 6, and the side we will split, and one piece will be 7 and the other piece will be 1/2. Now I'm just going to find the partial products to find the smaller rectangles within this. So 6 times 7, that equals 42. So this bigger rectangle is 42 square feet. Now to find the skinnier one, we will take 6 times 1/2. And because 6 is a whole number, we're going to put a 1 under it and multiply straight across. 6 times 1 equals 6. 1 times 2 is 2. That's improper, so I'm going to change it to 3. And that is the skinnier piece of our rectangle. To find the total area of the quilt, we're going to add 42 plus 3, and we get 45 square feet. If you don't like drawing out the entire area model, you can also use improper fractions to help you solve the mixed number problem. So we can do that here. 6 is a whole number, so I'm going to put it over 1. Multiply by 7.5, but we need to change that to improper. So I multiply 2 times 7, that's 14. And then we add the numerator, plus 1, that's 15. And my denominator stays the same. At this point, you can multiply straight across, and we'll take 6 times 15. I don't know what that is, so I'm going to multiply that off to the side. 5 times 6 would be 30. 1 times 6 is 6 plus 3, that's 9. So we get 90 for the numerator. And then we multiply straight across for the denominators. 1 times 2 is 2. And yet again, we have an improper fraction because the numerator is bigger than the denominator. So we are going to divide that out. My first guess will be 40. 40 times 2 is 80. When we subtract, I get 10. And I know 2 times 5 equals 10. So when I subtract, I get 0 remainder. To find my answer, I add up the numbers on the side, and again, I get 45 square feet. So there you have it. Either strategy can work to solve these types of problems.